Aloha! We're back at it again with Morpheus Reviews for Comics. This week we have first edition of Lucifer, and here is the original cover. You see Lucifer's got a beard, has a sign Wilson for food. This cover is by Jock. Inside, the art's by Sebastian Fiumara and Max Fiumara. Some brothers working together. Written by Dan Waters. And we have this variant cover by Kelley Jones. It's got some more of a demonic hatchling looking effect going on here. Different lettering up top, yellow. Apparently Lucifer will sin for food. And this week we do have a blank cover. I don't know if I'll get a chance to meet any of the artists on this, but just in case. So we'll see if this ties in with the Dreaming or with House of Whispers. I kind of feel like it would be a stretch for it to tie in at this point. Although Matthew did come in contact with him in the one-off Sandman universe, and when we saw him there, he was trapped. So we'll see how his hunt for his son goes. I'll get into reading some of this and attempt at these character voices. See you on the other side. Sandman Universe. Lucifer, number 1. Listen. Now, have you heard this piece before? I have no interest in your hollow notes. Do you hear beauty in its dissonance? I seek you out at last. You speak of this? I may well have arrived to slit your throat. It is by Bach. It was writ for a king, known as the endlessly rising canon. What does this mean? The tone modulates in a way that it has no final cadence. It climbs, but then the key changes, returns. Thus, it seems to rise perpetually. One could play it until keys or fingers wore down to dust, for it sounds as though it goes up and up and up. But it does not. No. What is your point? That its attempts at rising are hopeless, as all attempts are. Before. Elsewhere. Now. I am he, the Dark Lord Lucifer. Eat your breakfast. I am the Morning Star, the Lightbringer, the first of the damned. It's got a bit of salt in it. How you like it? I am he who led the first war, the greatest war of which all other wars were mere shades and reflections. It's going to go cold. And notes are no good cold, are they? I am he who was cast down for spitting in the face of the Almighty, who reigned in hell over man and demon and tormented all. Stir it at least, or it's going to get skin on it. I had the Lord of all nightmares carve off my wings. The blade was sharp, yet he still had to saw through the gristle and sinew and the bone. And now I am. There is no further time for breakfast. I am trapped in this place, held prisoner by forces that have obscured themselves from me. But there are secrets hidden in the ground itself. I can hear them singing to me. They will teach me the machinations of this place, I am sure of it. Careful. To the right, the right? Of course, of course. Tell me, is it nice out? It's not raining, but maybe take a jacket just in case. Why must we do this to one another? All his creatures. Why must we rend hope so savagely from the grasp of our fellows? Because that is his creation has deigned, the tales of every father and his son. It does not have to be. Your will could change. And yet, you bestow suffering freely. After stubbing out his cigarette in the car, LAPD Detective John Decker gargled mouthwash and spat onto the curb he'd parked beside. He's rubbed his hand vigorously with an antibacterial hand wash. Over the decades since his wife thinks he's quit, he's tried 3 or 4 brands to find the one that masks the smell of tobacco best. It's only a small lie, but he hates himself for it. Penny and he don't keep secrets. He's cut down, at least. Fucking thing. Just open. Always does this. Always. Now he only smokes in times of high stress. And those times when his own health suddenly seems to pale in importance compared to something else. Or someone else. Penny? Oh God, how? Get off me! How dare you? She won't stop calling to me. It hurts. In my head. Building. Penny? Honestly, Decker. Detective Decker. Penelope shouldn't have been able to walk 2 steps. The tumor in her brain. It hurts. I can't escape her. How do you escape the flesh? This is obscene. She's delirious, pumped full of drugs. There's no dignity in this. You're only prolonging her pain. I sympathize, Detective. I do. We're making her as comfortable as possible. But as she can no longer give her consent, we have to keep her here. My guardian application is still pending. For Christ's sake, by the time that goes through, she'll be gone. I don't want her to spend her last days in this sterile hole. Where are we going? Driving, like I said. The way we used to, remember? That's it. Come on, Penny. We need to be quick. So, Lucifer, the fall from grace and down the stairs. Has 3 storylines. Has Lucifer talking to someone before in the past. Lucifer now, where he's trapped somewhere, and it shows John Decker and his wife Penny. So, I haven't read the other Lucifer storylines, but I have watched the show, so I'm inexperienced with Lucifer. But I did recognize the name Decker. I don't know if that will have anything to do with the show. It seems like it doesn't, because in the show the guy dies, not his wife. But we have some ideas here of things in the past coming back to haunt us, and we also find Lucifer in a place where he should be familiar with. Maybe makes him uncomfortable, but he still seems to have a little bit of control over what he's doing. Still clever. It seems like if he wasn't so distracted, he probably would achieve. He probably would get out. Something is going on with the Decker line. Along the same vein. It's the past. So I dig it. It's darker than the other ones. You know, the dreaming is pretty interesting. There's some darkness. It's mostly light. You know, door helps to keep it a little light. House of Whispers started to get a little darker. It wasn't that bad. Just get a little crazy, psychedelic almost. Things are weaving in and out. Not that the dreaming wasn't. Then here we have this darkness. I feel like these 4 books, I think probably the Books of Magic, it's coming next week, is going to be the lightest of them all. So these are going to balance each other out to be, I think it's going to be a cool story when they all mix together. So, next issue, which will be in 4 weeks, I'm not sure how they're going to do the December releases. With the Christmas holiday and stuff. But the next issue, 4 weeks, is going to be the Red Death and Ginger Tomcats. Lucifer's plan takes shape. A lavish masquerade is held in the depths of the Great Plague, and an aspiring drunk discovers a gateway to another world. Yeah, and so apparently Lucifer has red hair, as you saw in the couple comics where he's kind of going crazy. Someone is keeping after him. Don't know who that is. Maybe we'll find out. But this has been Lucifer, new 2018 Sandman Universe storyline. Seems to be different, but what do I know? Written by Dan Waters, illustrated by Max Fiumara and Sebastian Fiumara, colors by Dave McCagg, letters by Steve Want, cover by Jock, and the variant cover, it says, is by Kelley Jones and Michelle Madsen. So, this has been Morpheus Reviews for Comics with Lucifer issue 1. If you'd like to talk about it, please comment below. How did you like this? Are you interested in seeing this story continue? If you are, please share. Let's spread the word. Support this comic. Also subscribe. We're going to have all the Sandman universe comics coming out about the day after, a couple days after the release. So I'm on Hawaii time, so by the time you get it, it'll probably be Friday. Most places. Well, thanks for watching. See you next time.